Hey, what's up everybody? This is Like It's 1985, and today we're going to take a look at the Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch scale IG-88. So I will start off with a review with a negative about this figure. This figure is on the more difficult side to get the figure to stand and not fall over. Right now it's standing okay, but basically any other pose than having him like this, just with the legs straight and the arms just out a little bit. Anything else, the figure tends to have a tendency to fall over, and I've heard other people have problems with this as well, so I don't think it's just my figure. I think it's more in the design. I think if the designers would have put more heavier or denser plastic in the legs, that would kind of lower the center of gravity and keep it from falling over, because it's a tall, lanky figure and it's got these, long, skinny legs, which is fine because that's part of the design. But an action figure form here, it tends to cause the figure to topple over. So more so than other figures of similar scale. Now, other than that, the figure is pretty fantastic. And we can take a look here, just a close detail look at the figure. Nice silver paint, loving that silver paint. But there's also different hues of paint as well. I don't know if you can make it out here, but on here it's more of a silver fading into almost bronze or gold. So there is variation in the color. You can see right here as well, his chest isn't just silver, it's got this kind of, again, fading into almost a bronze or a gold color. So nice, incredible paint apps on this figure. I do like it a lot. Very, very cool. Look at the back here. Again, you can see more of that differentiation in color. It's not just all silver, it's got some various very metallic looking elements to the paint here. Very nice. The legs do have these flexible plastic conduits here. As far as I can tell, they don't remove, but I can almost bet you that they're easy to remove if you pulled on them too much, so be careful there with the conduits running down from his torso to his legs. In terms of weaponry, he does come with a slew of weapons. Here's one here, example, in his right hand. And here's the other one, kind of a rifle-looking one. It's actually lots of nice sculpting detail there. Again, it's one of those softer rubbery plastic. It's not a hard plastic. And then he's got this cleaver on the back here, which is nice. If you guys know what that this weapon here is for, that'd be much appreciated. So it's got some nice detail there. Got some nicks on the edge of the blade, some nice sculpting detail there. Really cool. So what they've done, the designers, they actually have, there's a peg here, whoops, peg here, corresponds to a peg hole underneath here. So it actually is connected like that, very firmly. So they aren't going anywhere as far as the weapons. Same thing over here. You've got the peg in the peg hole. And the weapon's going to be altered. You can have the rifle here in this hand and the blaster in the other hand. So definitely a nice secure fit here in the hands, even though the actual claw hands don't grasp the handles tightly. You do have that peg and peg hole system there, which is really nice and really cool design there. Same thing goes with the bandolier here across his chest. You can see it actually has a peg here. If we unpeg it right here, it pegs into their peg hole there. So this is actually nicely secure up here, up top anyways, and it keeps it from flopping about too much. So there's a little bit of looseness here, but it actually helps to have this pegged in there, which is really nice. So great job there on the design of the accessories there and how they fit on the actual figure. You can see there's a holster back here, and I believe this weapon is designed to fit into the holster. And of course you have the cleaver here that actually fits in there. You can take it out. I'm not sure how on the figure itself you can place this in the hand. I don't think you can. There's no peg hole or anything I can see. It's not like the hand comes off or anything like that. So I think this weapon is kind of useless in terms of the figure. You can see there's no way to grasp the handle there. So, but it does look nice and deadly on his harness back there. In terms of articulation, you can see the head is on a swivel joint, and I never know which is the right way to face which is the front of the face of IG-88. I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to take a look at the movie and see. But you can see he's got various red eyes here, if you will, or sensors. Anyhow, you got swivel there at the neck. Then there's actually a swivel here, and then a ball joint where it actually connects to the shoulder. So interesting articulation there. And then you have a ball joint here, or actually really it looks like a swivel joint, but it's nicely hidden by these this piece of plastic here. It hides the joint nicely, and it looks like it's part of the actual droid as well. So it looks to be in place and also hides the articulation joint there, which is nice. Then there is articulation like this at his chest. I can go all the way back like that, and all the way forward like that if you wanted to. And that is all for the articulation of the torso. There's just a basic swivel here at the hips. Again, be careful of this here, not to stress it too much. And then swivel here, as you can see. Bend at the knee again. You want to just be careful there, not to break anything, but it could go back. I'm not going to stress it, but it looks like it could go back a little farther. But you're not going to be bending the knee too much anyways to pose this figure. You know, for one reason, you don't really see IG-88 bending his knee that much, and it's not going to be very stable as well. So, two reasons why you wouldn't really bend the knee too much. And then you have just a joint here like that. So, and it rotates around as well. Alright, so here is IG-88 compared to Bossk and Boba Fett. So you can see the Bounty Hunter collection in the 6-inch scale is shaping up nicely. All we need now is 4-LOM and Zuckuss. Alright, so final thoughts on this figure. Now, one other negative thing to me is the fact that the arms and the legs are made of a softer plastic. There is some flex to it. Like, for example, if I bend the arm here, it actually bends. And this isn't the joint, mind you. This is just a part of a solid piece of plastic. But it's a softer piece of plastic nonetheless. So it does have some flex there. Same thing if I bend above the knee joint here. You can see that plastic does bend somewhat easily, more easily than I'd like. So I would have liked to seen the legs at least made of a harder plastic. And I think if that had been done, perhaps it would have a less of a tendency to fall over than it currently does. Just my theory, but nonetheless, just as far as how you feel about the durability of the figure, definitely I'd like harder plastic here in the arms as well as in the legs. Alright, well, thank you for watching. This has been my review of the Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch scale IG-88 figure.